Hi everybody. Sorry, I was trying to get it to record. Hi. We're here and we're gonna talk about The Lion King. Okay, so The Lion King. That's our movie today. Yeah. Y'all are not gonna like my opinions on The Lion King. I'm gonna let you know that now. But we're gonna talk about The Lion King. So let me pull it up. Okay, so The Lion King. Iconic film. It's not going to be very high on my list. Well, it'll make it higher than C tier, B tier, probably. I don't know. But I don't love this movie. So, anyway. Opens with the Circle of Life scene. Everyone knows this scene. All the animals, everyone gathering around, and you know, that. I don't feel like I need to explain that scene. Everyone knows this scene. Okay, come on. Why is it acting up today? My computer's being funny. Okay, title screen. And then we are introduced to our villain immediately after this. He's about to eat a little mouse, and Zazu shows up, and he's like, dude, why weren't you there? And he tries to eat Zazu, and Mufasa shows up, and he's like, why weren't you there for the birth of my son? He's like, you didn't want me there, or whatever. Anyway. Then, Rafiki's playing in a tree. I watched this movie like 2 weeks ago. I don't quite remember it. Alrighty. And now here's our boy, Simba. He's messing with Mufasa. He's like, wake up. Let's go. And then he has the everything the light touches is our kingdom. That scene. And he's like, don't go over there. And then he teaches him how to pounce, and he pounces Zazu. And then Mufasa runs off. And then Simba's talking to Scar. He's like, my dad showed me the whole kingdom. And Scar's like, yeah, what about that dark place? Did he show you that? And he's like, no, he said I can't go there. He's like, what's out there? And he's like, why don't you go there? You're so brave. Obviously trying to get him in trouble. And so Simba goes and gets Nala. First they gotta ditch Zazu, so they do. I just can't wait to be king. I don't love this movie, and I watched it like 2 weeks ago, so I can't really remember everything going on. And then they go to the elephant graveyard. And they get in trouble, because Zazu shows up. And then the hyenas show up. And then they try to chase them, and then Mufasa shows up. And he takes them back home. And he yells at Simba. And he tells him that the stars are the kings. And they have the hyenas, and they're talking shit. And Scar shows up. And then they do, Be Prepared. Good song. Best song in the movie, Be Prepared. And talk about how they're gonna kill Mufasa. Scar's gonna be king. Alrighty, and then now to the scene where Mufasa dies. Okay, so he puts Simba up in the gorge, and he's like, work on that roar, I'm gonna go get your dad. And then the hyenas chase the wildebeests, and the wildebeests come chasing after them. And then Scar goes to get Mufasa and Zazu. And then they try to save Simba. He gets Simba out of the way. And then long live the king. He gets thrown into the into the stampede. Simba finds his dead body, and then Scar's like, "You killed him." And he says, "Run away." And then the hyenas go after him. Then he ends up in the desert. Hey, Swole, we're just talking about the Lion King. Mufasa just died. Ugh, let me get comfy. And the hyenas let him run off because they're like, he's dead out there. And then Scar becomes king and he says the hyenas. Scar could have just killed himself. No one was around. Well, that's... He was intending to kill Scar and Simba in one go, and then that didn't quite work, so he's intending to kill Mufasa and Simba in one go, and then that didn't quite work. And then so he just tried to kill both of them. And then the hyenas are lazy and didn't finish the job. So, you know, shit happens. Alrighty, then the two best characters show up. Timon and Pumbaa find baby Simba. Just kill the kid right there and then. Damn, Scar. But Scar doesn't like to get his hands dirty. He likes to make other people do work for him. And Timon and Pumbaa are like, let's keep the lion. And they wake him up, feed him, and then they're like, hey, what's up, kid? And then they're like, Hakuna Matata, and then they sing Hakuna Matata. And then they eat bugs. And then Simba grows up. And then we're cut back to the lions, and everything is shitty. And then back to Simba. And then they're just talking. And then he it's really weird. He flops down and some dust flies away, and then all this dust and pollen flies all the way to Rafiki, and he makes a potion, and he's like, "Oi, Simba!" I love Rafiki. And then hanging out, and then a lion is chasing them, and it turns out to be Nala. And Nala's like, "Whoa, Simba, it's you!" And then they're talking. Oh, the scene with Rafiki when he hits him with the staff. That's not yet. We haven't seen that yet. But yeah, he's just like... And then, yeah. And she's like, you're alive. You're the king. And he's like, no, I'm not the king. And then they sing, can you feel love tonight? And then they're talking, and he's like, well, I just need to leave by myself. And she's like, what? Come back and be king. He's like, no. She's like, I'm disappointed, and blah, blah, blah. And then he's talking to the stars, and then that's when Rafiki shows up, and he does this stupid thing. I love this thing. Hold on. Me. Banana. I love that. And yeah, and then Rafiki hits him with a stick, and he's like, I know where the king is. And he's like, really? He's like, I know your father. He's like, he's dead. And he's like, no, he's not. And then he shows him to a lake, and then Mufasa just looks, and he's like, that's my reflection. He's like, no, but he lives in you. And then he sees, and then we have the cloud. The ghost cloud. He's like, how can I go back? It's like, you have to. He's like, I have to face my past. And then, yeah, he hits him with the stick. Remember! Yeah. And then Nala's like, where'd he go? And they're like, I don't know, I thought it was with you. And then they find out he's going back. They all go back. then they're like, we gotta distract the hyenas. And this is the best thing. He's like, what do you want me to do? Dress in drag and do the hula? And then it cuts and he's dressed in drag and doing the hula. It's great. Love it. Best joke in the movie. And then they're like, there's no food left. And Simba shows up and he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up, dude. And then he's like, I killed Mufasa. And everyone's like, no, Simba, it can't be. And then Scar about throws him off the cliff, and then he remembers. He's like, wait, you killed Mufasa. Because he's like blocked his... He's a big pig, you can be a big pig too? Oh! And he's like, yeah, I killed Mufasa. And it's like, why don't you tell everybody? And yeah, and then it's a big old fight. They call me Mr. Pig. And then everything's on fire for some reason. And then they fight. And then the hyenas kill Scar. And then it rains, so no more fire. And it's like life has come back. And Simba's like, I'm the king now. And then we have another circle of life scene. And then they have a baby. And then the credits roll. Okay, let's talk about The Lion King. There's not a lot, like, bad to say about this movie. There's really nothing bad to say about this movie. This movie's pretty good and pretty iconic. As far as the fire didn't spread further than just The Rock, yeah. So there's nothing really bad to say about this movie. It's, like, really good. But I just don't really like it. Like, if you're like, hey, do you want to watch The Lion King? I'd be like, you want to watch something else? Is there, like, a different choice? Like, if you give me the choice between, like, The Lion King and, like, I don't know, like, Sleeping Beauty, I'll pick The Lion King. But if you're like, hey, you want to watch The Lion King? Or, like, I don't know, Hercules, I'll be like, yeah, let's watch Hercules. Like, I don't know, Lion King's not really up there for me. But I can't really say there's anything bad about it. I'm just not, like, super entertained by it. Let's see. I'm gonna figure out where I'm gonna put it. Why is there an ad playing on my screen? Okay. Lion King. Like, I kind of gotta decide, like, what movies would I watch? Lion King's probably like a B- for me. Yeah, I feel like I would watch most of these movies before I watched The Lion King. Also, I feel like I should have put The Three Caballeros higher, but I don't know, I'm kind of obsessed with them right now. I love The Three Caballeros. I didn't show you guys. I didn't show you guys. Oh my god, I gotta go get it. I got a new backpack. Oh, it's really good. It's a passable, watchable movie. Not too many problems. That's iconic moments. Yeah. It's probably like at the end of B tier for me. Hold on, my rice cooker just went off. I think they figured it out. Okay, sorry. Gavin and my friend Chris are in the other room, and I heard the rice cooker go off. I'm like, oh my god, I hope they don't think the house was burning down. Yeah, I feel like B-. I didn't show you guys my new backpack. I gotta get my new backpack and show it to you guys. I'm just actually just gonna pull up a picture of it, because I don't feel like going to get it. Okay. I got this backpack. It's the Three Caballeros. It's so cute. Look at it. We got Benchito, Jose, and Donald. Isn't it so cute? It's adorable. It's my favorite. And then I got the matching wallet. So I have the backpack and the wallet. But yeah, I was at work one day and this woman came in with this backpack and I was like, ma'am. It's the one you put in chat. I might have put it in chat. But it's this one. It's so cute. It's my favorite. But yeah, it's really cute. Yeah, and this is what the interior lining looks like. Yeah, good voice. So, yeah. Three Caballeros. I'm kind of obsessed with them a little bit. But yeah, I feel like this movie is like down here. I don't really know where to put it. Let's see. It's like I don't know, because I feel like it deserves a higher ranking, but like it's fine. You have an addiction to those three, I know. I guess it gets a 7 out of 10. I mean, I feel like it deserves a little bit better than that, but I don't know. I don't really like. I mean, you can put Lion King in A-. No, because I feel like I'm also trying to compare, like, okay, which movies would I watch above this movie? Like, I would watch all of these movies before I would watch Lion King. I don't watch probably some of these movies before I would watch Lion King. But, like, it's still, like, iconic and stuff, so I'm, like, trying to balance out of, like, okay, it's good and it's iconic, and, like, how much I like it. So I feel like it's fine right there. Yeah. What's next on our list? Pocahontas. Not a good movie. I kind of want to just talk about it right now just to get it out of the way. Honestly. I gotta rewatch Lion King 2 and Lion King 1.5 and all this. I don't watch most of this stuff. But yeah, maybe I just want to talk about Pocahontas real quick and just kind of get that out of the way, because I don't really want to do Pocahontas. Then we get good movies. We get Hunchback and Hercules. Hello, what did I miss? Just want to drop by and say hello at least. Hi. We talked about The Lion King, and I don't really like The Lion King. Maybe A+, because I always watch Lion King, because it's one of the few movies I know every scene makes me feel, and has great good music, so I feel somewhere in A tier is good. I feel that, but, like, for me, like, it's like a B tier movie for me. We're talking about Lion King, and I might just start talking about Pocahontas, because I want to get it out of the way, because I really don't want to talk about Pocahontas. I know I said I was giving all the Disney princesses their own streams, but, like, she doesn't deserve to be a Disney princess. That's, like, my hot take. Ugh. Yeah, let's talk about fucking Pocahontas real quick. That movie is problematic for sure. This movie has so many problems, for starters. Let me get rid of this window capture real quick. Okay. Just so I don't have the footage on the screen, because I don't want to get copyright. This movie is so problematic. I don't even want to watch it. I don't even want to really go through it, but I kind of want to go through it for everyone who hasn't really seen it. The biggest problem with this movie, I think, is the villain. They were not confident enough with their villain. They didn't want to make him too realistic, to be like, oh, he's a real serious villain, like this is a real villain. So they made him kind of dumb, but they almost made him too dumb, where he's like, should storms this movie and make him go crazy, yeah. He's almost too dumb where it feels like he's a bumbling idiot, and it feels like it takes away from the movie. But he's not too dumb where he's just like, he's so goofy, where like you can laugh at him, but he's just this awkward in between where he's too dumb and too smart at the same time. Like, he just doesn't work as a villain. Like, I feel like they should have like put their whole ass into it, if you know what I mean. Like, alrighty, make him realistic. You want to tell this story, okay, make a realistic villain, but he's just kind of an idiot, and he's just like, I want gold, and it's just ugh. And then, like, obviously there's a lot of problems with this movie, but let's sort of jump into it. So it starts off, we're all getting on the boat to go to the new world, and we meet our man, Governor something. I don't remember his fucking name. And then John Smith jumps over to save this kid. I don't remember his name. Yeah. And they're all like, we're gonna have all this gold. Oh, his name's Thomas, this kid. His name's Thomas. They're like, we're gonna have gold, and then the bad guy's like, oh, this gold will be for me. Like, he's such a weird character. Alrighty, and then we see the Native Americans. They're singing, they're happy. There's the chief, and he's like, where's my daughter? And she's doing her thing. I think they tried so hard to walk the line of historically accurate with Cream for kids, but they'd have to make a Disney-style movie. They shouldn't have made this movie. Like, if they wanted to make a movie, they should have either told the real story or not made this movie. Like, you can tell this love story without painting it as Pocahontas. You know what I'm saying? If you want to tell a Romeo and Juliet style story, you can tell it. Why take a real story? Why make it this? Why, you know what I mean? Like, if they wanted to tell, like, it's so easy to make a sort of Romeo and Juliet story. You can do that with dozens of characters, all sorts of stories, but why take a real life woman and Disney wash her story? You know what I mean? And yeah, Pocahontas should have gotten with this girl, her friend, Nadia, I don't remember what her name is. But yeah, she's like, oh, her dad is like, you're gonna marry this man. You're gonna marry Kocoum. She's like, but I don't want to marry Kocoum. And he's like, you gotta marry him. And he gives her mom's necklace or whatever. And she sings Steady as a Beating Drum. She's like, I want more to this life. I mean, it's such a, like we were talking about, like, can't really have a story like the actors and clean together. Either tell the full dark story, make a documentary, or don't make the movie at all. Exactly. Like, and I mean, all the tropes that this movie checks does them worse. Like, okay, this is her I Want song. You know, you talk about, like, every character, every Disney princess has their sort of I Want song. Like, what do I want out of life? You know, you have, now all the songs are just blanked from my head. You have Mirabelle's song, Waiting on a Miracle. You have, let me just go through my little playlist, my Disney playlist, because I have them all on here. Yeah, For the First Time in Forever, for both Anna and Elsa. You have, let's see, Part of Your World. You have When Will My Life Begin. You know, all these, like, these I Want scenes, this I Want song, the Almost There from Princess and the Frog. Today's a Beating Drum, just kind of lame. And it's, like, been done before. It's the same, like, she has the same story. She's like, do I conform and do what my parents want me to do? Or do I go and do something different? You know, it's like, it's the same as every other every other character, but it's just not done as well. You know, How Far I'll Go from Moana, like, I mean, Moana's like this movie, but, like, better. And I don't like Moana, but it's the same movie. You know what I mean? It's like, be the chief and do what my dad wants me to do, or, like, go out and explore the world. Except in the end, this has a worse story. Where she's like, but I still want to fall in love and have a boyfriend. I just don't want this boyfriend. Yeah, but your other boyfriend's not that much better. This guy is at least, like, you know. Well, then again, this guy dies later. Spoiler alert. But yeah, and then, like, the, you know, the wise old man character. Like, the one in this movie is kind of lame. Like, Grandmother Willow, like, I don't really like her. I don't know, it's not very good. But yeah, I don't really like Grandmother Willow, and she's, like, talking about this dream she had. She's, like, spinning an arrow and all this stuff, and she's listening to the wind. Listen to your heart. Oh, the worst character. This dog. His dog, Percy. Like, this dog is useless. He has no part of the story. And I hate him. What can I say except you're welcome? I love that song. Moana isn't the best, but she's not the worst. Yeah. It's just a very similar story that's, like, done better in some ways. In some ways it's I won't say it's worse than this movie, but it does a lot of the same. Like, they have a lot of the same stuff. Moana just does them better. Yeah, now they're, they land and they're like, woo, we're gonna find gold. And we're gonna kill what do they call them? The savages. That's right. And then, yeah. And then the natives are like, oh, we gotta stop these people. These pale visitors. Yeah. Yeah, like, the dog is just here to be, like, like a force against the raccoon, and whose name I don't remember. And yeah, they're gonna dig, and then he's like, John Smith's like, I'm gonna go fight the savages. And then, yeah, they dig for gold, and they have a really lame song. And, yeah, he talks about how all the gold is gonna be his. And he looks terrible. And yeah, it's just really lame. Like, he has lame motivations. You beat me to saying that song is lame, yeah. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. And then Pocahontas is following John Smith. And they make her really animalistic in this scene. And I don't like it. See if I can find a clip of it. Like, the way she moves, she's, like, crouched down and, like, moves kind of animalistic. And I'm like, what are you doing with this animation? Let me see, it's right here. Yeah, like this. And I don't really get it. And yeah, she crawls over this rock and it's, like, really weird. They make her sort of, like, animalistic and everything, and I don't like it. Yeah, so. And then John Smith tries to shoot her. And then she runs away. And then, here's the best part. They don't understand each other's languages. Do you know how they get over the language barrier? She listens with her heart. Literally, that's it. They just listen with their heart. And they can understand each other magically. And then she's like, I'm Pocahontas. And he's like, I'm John Smith. And then we cut back to the white people, and they're just digging, and Native Americans try to attack them, and then they shoot the Native Americans, and then they run off. Oh, and then there's this scene where Thomas trips and accidentally fires the gun and almost hits the governor, who would have been the best part of the movie. But unfortunately, he misses. But then the guy is like, oh, you should learn how to use that thing properly. And I'm like, I wonder if that's gonna be a plot point later. Fuck out of here. Listen with your heart so I can learn fluent Mandarin and Russian by listening with my heart. But exactly. I'm not kidding. This movie is not very good. Anyway. So yeah, they're like, leave the white people alone. Because they're gonna kill us. And then, yeah. John Smith and Pocahontas are hanging out. And they're doing a greeting and stuff. And then the raccoon steals his compass. And that comes into play later. That's the only reason I'm mentioning it. And then he's like, oh yeah. He tells her about London and stuff. She's like, is that your village? And he's like, it's a very big village. He's like, well, there's all these streets and there's like tall buildings and stuff. And he's like, we're going to teach you guys. He's like, we're going to build them here. We're going to teach you guys how to use the land properly. And she's like, bitch, what? He's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, you think you know best because you don't know any better. We're going to teach you better. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, well, you know, you guys are savages. And she's like, what? And he's like, no, not you, just your people. Or not you. And she's like, just my people. And he's like, no. Or he says uncivilized. And she's like, and then they sing, what's the name of this song? She sings that song, but you know. Colors of the Wind, thank you. I'm like, what is the name of this song? I actually like this song. Yes, Colors of the Wind is pretty good. I do know best. You motherfuckers couldn't survive 2 days without me, bitch. But yeah, then they sing Colors of the Wind. And it's actually a really good song. And it's very pretty. And then she's like, I gotta go. We can't see each other. Or whatever. And then... yeah. And they're like, we can't find any, gold. And then the guy's like, well, the savages have all the gold, but they don't want anybody to have it. And so they go. And then she tells Kocoum that Pocahontas is with the white dude, her friend. And then John Smith is like, well, where's the gold? Have you ever seen any of this gold? She's like, it's yellow and shiny. And then she hands him a corn cob. It's like... and then, yeah. She introduced him to Grandmother Willow, and then the white people show up. And then... and then she's like, we don't want to fight the white people. And it's like, well, they don't want to talk. And then, let me see. They just... a whole lot of random stuff. And she's like, he's like, they're not savages and everything. And he's like, but they have the gold. And he's like, no, they don't. Yeah. And then John Smith sneaks out to go see Pocahontas, and then Thomas follows him, and then Pocahontas sneaks out to see John Smith, and Kocoum follows her. And then they meet, and then they're talking, and blah, 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 blah. And they're like, they're not going to listen to us, we got to stop the fighting. And then they kiss, and Kocoum sees them kiss. So he attacks John Smith. And while he's attacking John Smith, Thomas shoots him and kills him. And it's a really weird scene, honestly. It's a really intense scene. But it's like really dumb. I just don't like this movie. And so they arrest John Smith and they take Kocoum back. And he blames oh, and as he's falling, this goddamn necklace, I guess in a previous draft had more importance to the plot, but this necklace was given to her by her father, and it was her mother's necklace. And as Kocoum dies, he grabs onto it and rips it and breaks it off her neck. And you know how she gets it back? At the end of the movie, the dog and the raccoon fix it for her and give it back to her. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, the necklace has no importance. I don't know if in a previous draft this necklace was like way more important, but it has no importance in this like version. And the raccoon fixes it for her after Kocoum breaks it when he like dies, because he grabs it as he's falling. And I'm like, I don't know why this necklace is here. And then she's talking to John Smith, and he's tied up, and they're like, we're going to attack the savages because they have John Smith. And then they sing the song Savages. And it's not... I get what they were going for. Here's the thing. I get what they were going for, having both, you know, the white people and the natives sing the song Savages about the other person. Here's the thing. One side is clearly worse because it's actually white people singing about native people. Oops. was trying to look up the lyrics real quick. The song did not age well at all. Don't talk about age well. It wasn't well when it was written, honey. Because here's what the white people are singing. So let me read what the so you can understand why I say this. So here's what the Native Americans sing. This is what we feared. The pale face is a demon. The only thing they feel at all is greed. Beneath that milky hide, there's emptiness inside. I wonder if they even bleed. Barely even human, killers at the core. They're different from us, which means they can't be trusted. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Here's what the white people sing. What can you expect from filthy little heathens? Their whole disgusting race is like a curse. Their skin is hellish red. They're only good when dead. They're vermin, as I said, and worst. Savages, barely even human, drive them from our shore. They're not like you and me, which means they must be evil. Dirty red-skinned devils. We must sound the drums of war. You see what I mean? Like, one half is clearly way worse. It's like calling someone the N-word versus cracker. Like one side is clearly way worse. Like, you can't just say that. I mean, seriously, their whole disgusting race is like a curse. Their skin's a hellish red. They're only good when dead. Like, this is real things people think about Native Americans versus, oh, the white people, they might be demons. Like, who wrote this? Oh, I need to change the name of the stream real quick because I switched. I realized I started talking about Pocahontas. Pocahontas review. Okay, sorry. I should have done that a while ago. But, yeah, like, the song is just way worse on one half. I just don't know what to say. Like, who wrote the song? Who wrote the song? Seriously, again, it's like, I remember watching a video of the most racist songs from Disney, and that one was number 5. Only number 5? I'm surprised. Ugh. But yeah, then she has the compass, and Grandmother Willow's like, you have to follow your destiny. It's your dream. And she's like, I gotta try, and then they're singing. And then she jumps in front. She's like, if you kill him, you have to kill me too. And he's like, we have to stop this fighting. And then they all put their guns down, or they all put their bow and arrow down, and then the governor guy is like, things like we are Siamese, what makes a red man rank song of the South with contenders too. Fair. What makes a red man red should be really far up there. I should Song of the Roustabouts. We talked about that one when we talked about Dumbo. Song of the Roustabouts is real bad. The crows from Dumbo, their song is not racist. They are racist, but the Song of the Roustabouts from Dumbo is the bad song. And then he tries to shoot John Smith, or he tries to shoot the chief, and then John Smith jumps in front. And they're like, you shot John Smith. So fuck you. And then they're going back to England, and John Smith is going back. She's like, okay. And then, yeah. And then they just fix the necklace. They just fix it. Lisa Red Man Ryan was number 1, which is, like, unsurprising at all. Yeah. And, yeah, they go back to London. And she stays there. And then that's the end. And it's really bad. This movie is just really bad. I mean, like, I don't know what else to say. It's like, hold on, I need water. Also, I didn't show you guys. These are my Pooh Bear ears. That's why there's a little bee. But yeah, so I'm like, this movie's gonna go pretty low, guys. I said a lot already, but like, I mean, the biggest part is like, okay, you want to do a Romeo and Juliet story, or a West Side Story, you know, whatever. There are better ways to do it. Like, just adapt Romeo and Juliet. You can do that into a princess movie so easy. And you can just change the ending and no one will question it. Like, who cares? If you're going to change the story that much anyway, just fucking adapt Romeo and Juliet instead of adapting fucking Pocahontas. Like, because then you could have, like, because, like, what's his name? Tybalt that dies in Mercutio? They die, right? I don't remember. It's been so long since I read Romeo and Juliet. But, like, you can just have them get hurt and, like, not be in the rest of the story without killing them. I mean, you could also kill them because you killed people in this anyway because you killed Kocoum and Mom's dead and you kill parents all the time. So, like, you still kill characters without killing Romeo and Juliet themselves if you don't want to have a sad ending because you're Disney. But, like, just adapt Romeo and Juliet instead of, like, taking this real-life story that's, like, so wrong to adapt and, like, doing this with it. And everything about this, oh my god. It's so bad. It's so bad. Why'd you do this, Disney? Why? The only thing good about this movie is the hair animation and Colors of the Wind. Yeah, the hair animation is up there. It's, like, up there with some of the top movies. Yeah, I don't want to say he still thinks Little Mermaid has the best hair animation. I have to agree. Like, even taking in, like, Brave and Tangled into account, like, the 3D films, the way they gave her hair weight underwater and stuff is amazing. But, yeah, just adapt Romeo and Juliet. Actually, I'm kind of surprised Disney hasn't yet. Just adapt Romeo and Juliet. Please, Disney. Like, it'd be so easy to just, instead of doing Pocahontas, just do Romeo and Juliet and change the ending. Like, okay, instead of dying, like, she could still take the poison that makes her seem dead, and then he goes, oh, I'm gonna kill myself, and then instead of killing himself, or, like, he's like, oh no, I can't live without her, and then she wakes up, like, in time, like, was meant to happen. Like, before he stabs himself, and then they live happily ever after. Like, you could just do that. Because you changed the story anyway. I'm so angry now. Like, I just made myself even more mad, because now I'm like, they could have done Romeo and Juliet, like, 10 times better. Okay, where's Pocahontas going? Is it worse than Bambi, guys? I don't know if it's worse than Bambi. It's definitely E tier. Is it F tier? Guys, is Pocahontas gonna go in F tier? Like, Colors of the Wind is still good. But I feel like this movie belongs in F tier. I don't feel like this movie deserves to exist. Is this gonna be our F tier movie, guys? Yes, I think this has to be our F tier movie. Because this movie just shouldn't exist. This is so bad. I think I agree. I think this is our F tier movie. Like, it's really bad. And I mean, that's, like, and I'm only scratching the surface. Like, I don't even have the knowledge to talk about this movie in depth in how it was or was not racist towards Native Americans and stuff. But the guy who voices the chief was a Native American man, and he loved this movie. He encouraged this movie. And all I have to say is he was like that. It's like they got the one guy. It's like when all those white people are like, well, I have a black friend. You're like, he lets me say the N-word. It's like, yeah, you have the whitest black friend. Like, this is like the whitest Native American man kind of thing. Like, they just got the one guy who's like, I just love white people. I love this. And he was like, but this is a representation. I'm like, this is some pretty shitty representation for you, man. So, anyway, they got, like, the one Native American guy who was like, yeah. Like, who made this movie? Disney, why? just make Romeo and Juliet or West Side Story. Like, well, I guess West Side Story is kind of hard to make kid appropriate because it's like gang stuff. But like, just make Romeo and Juliet. This is our tier list right now. He's probably the one Native American that thought the Redskins was a good name for a football team. Probably. I don't know. I don't know much about him. I just know he was like, yes, I like this movie. I'm encouraging this movie, and he voiced the chief. Like, yeah. Sorry, I'm messing with something on my desk. I got my official invitation to my friend's wedding, which is funny because I'm the fucking maid of honor. Yes, I'm gonna be there, but she sent me my official invitation. Yeah, anyway. This movie's something else. Let's officially put it at the bottom of our ranking. This gets like a 1 out of 10. You're a guy or girl? Erotic Barbara Brandon. Hi, I'm a girl. I mean, I guess it's not super obvious. But yeah, I identify usually female leaning. What's up? Welcome to the stream. We were just talking about how shitty Pocahontas is. Pocahontas. 1 out of 10. F tier. Alrighty. Here's our tier list, guys. This was bad. Pocahontas is really bad, guys. I can't believe this made my F tier. I really didn't think, like, I was watching, I was like, yeah, this movie's pretty shitty. But, like, sitting here really made me mad now that I thought about it even more. So. Some people are probably questioning some of my choices on here, too. Like, Fun and Fancy Free is, like, B tier. But, like, Little Mermaid is C tier. And Snow White is D tier. Like, trust me, guys. Fun and Fancy Free was a lot of fun. It's a cute movie. It's got Jack and the Beanstalk. What are you doing? I'm just talking about Disney movies. This is what I do on Sundays. Usually I review Disney movies. So right now I'm reviewing. I just finished talking about Pocahontas. And this is our tier list for all the Disney Animated Studios films. I'm doing them in order. Star Wars. I'm not doing Star Wars yet. Star Wars will happen after I finish. Right now I'm doing all the Disney Animated Studios films. Walt Disney Animation Studios films. So all the actual classic Disney films, and then I'll do Pixar, and then I'll probably do Star Wars after that. So, yeah, this is where we're at right now. Mickey Mouse. Yeah, I guess. Mickey's in one of these. He's in Fun and Fancy Free, and I think in Melody Time. Fantasia, of course. But yeah. Did you finish Moon Knight yet? Yeah, I did finish Moon Knight. I watched all of Moon Knight. We'll have to talk about that, me and you. It was interesting, I have to say. Finding out that twist. Yeah. And then did you see the after credit scene? Did you watch Breaking Bad? No, I've never seen Breaking Bad, actually. So yeah, that's what's up next. Now that we got that bad movie out of the way. Pocahontas probably needs to be in the Disney vault, then burn the vault. Maybe. Oh, we get to do Hunchback. I think so, but I have to rewatch because I don't remember. Oh, yeah. So yeah, next week we'll talk about Hunchback and Hercules together. Hunchback and Hercules. Let me adjust my ears. I love Hunchback and Hercules. Yes, I'm so excited. I watched Hunchback the other night. Oh, it's really good, and I love Hercules. I watch it all the time. And then we get to Mulan. I'm so excited for Mulan. Yeah, and then after that, we'll do 3 at a time for a little while until we get to Princess and the Frog. So yeah, we'll have like 4. I think we have 1, 2, 4. So yeah, we have about 6 streams. I love Go the Distance. It's probably my absolute favorite Disney song. Go the Distance is really good. I love I Won't Say I'm in Love. If there's a prize for rotten judgment, I guess I've already won that. Love that song. But yeah, then we'll do 3 at a time up to Princess and the Frog, because there's a lot of movies. So I love that song as well. So we got a lot of like princess movies kind of back to back, because we got like Little Mermaid, and then Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Pocahontas, and then Mulan. And then we have like 12 movies between Mulan and Princess and the Frog. So we're going to have a little chunk between our princesses. They just did a lot of experimental stuff. That's why we're coming up on the experimental era. Some people call it the Second Dark Age. Experimental, modern. It's got a couple different names. But we're coming up on like the weird shit. Because we got Fantasia 2000, Dinosaur, Atlantis, Emperor's New Groove, Lilo and Stitch. Like, I love these movies, but this is like the weird shit, like Treasure Planet, Brother Bear, Home on the Range, Chicken Little, Meet the Robinsons, and Bolt. Like, this is the weird shit. So, yeah, we're coming up on that stuff, which I'm excited for, because that's the fun stuff, in my opinion. That's fun to go, ooh, this is weird, they did this good, but they didn't really do that good. Tarzan deserves at least a B- simply because Phil Collins' life. I will keep that in mind when we watch Tarzan. Phil Collins is really good. But yeah, Hunchback is up next, and we're going to talk about Hunchback. I like that movie, but it's not going to get a great score because I was rewatching it, and I was watching it with Gavin, and he was like, this movie has a tone problem. And I was like, what are you talking about? It's good. He's like, no, look. And like, y'all know the Gargoyles have a song in that movie, right? Like, you guys have seen Hunchback. There's the Gargoyles, and they have a song. Their song is in the middle of the most intense scene in the movie, of like the most intense part of the movie, where they're like hunting down Esmeralda, and like the city is on fire, and then the Gargoyles have a song. I was like, oh, yeah, this movie has a tone problem. So we're going to talk about that, because this movie has a really bad tone problem. So, yeah. It's good. It's a very good movie. But, yeah. It was a really bad problem with, like, oh, Son of Man is probably my second favorite Disney song. Okay. I can't pick. I can pick my favorite song from, like, each movie, but it's hard to pick my overall favorite Disney song. Well, that's a lie, because I can't even pick my favorite movie from fucking Tangled, because I don't know if it's See the Light, Mother Knows Best, or Mother Knows Best Reprise, because those are all good songs. It's one of those 3, but I don't know which one's my favorite. I like Go the Distance because it gets me pumped up and ready to go. Yeah. I have a whole Disney playlist, guys. Probably missing a couple things, but yeah. I actually might post a link to my Disney playlist in the Discord. Let me do that. How do I share? Share. Okay. I'm gonna put a link to my Disney playlist in the Discord. It's gonna be under Disney Rant. But yeah, we'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about Hercules, and I don't know, Gavin's like, Hercules isn't a very good movie. Like, I love that movie, but it's not a very good movie. I'm like, what are you talking about? The movie is great. I don't, like, there are some movies that I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, I like it, but it's not super great. But he was talking about Hercules. I'm like, what are you talking about? Hercules is amazing. I don't see what you're talking about with that not being a great movie. Don't talk to me. But yeah. Let's see. So yeah, we'll do Hunchback and Hercules, and then Live. Yeah. I've got like our next streams planned out. And then once we hit Encanto, like, we're gonna be done with this. I'm not gonna get rid of this, because once new Disney movies come out, I'll just update them onto here. But, like, I will keep this, our first F tier, history. I know, right? It's probably going to be our only F tier. There. So I'll keep this, and I'll try to keep it updated as Disney movies come out. But once we hit Encanto, we're going to stop with this. We'll do Pixar. And then I'll try to be like, oh, a new Disney movie has come out. And I'll come back and I'll plop it on the list. I don't know if I'll keep this exact tier list, because I don't know if this person's keeping this updated as movies come out. But we will see. But I will keep, that's part of the reason I have this list. So I can add on to here. Yeah, and then we'll do Pixar. Which I'll finally, at some point I'll get to talk about Lightyear. That movie was not very good, guys. Lightyear was not great. But I'll do Pixar, and then we'll move into some of the other weird stuff that Disney owns. We'll do some of the DComs. We'll do Star Wars, Marvel. I got some ideas. And then once we run out of Disney, I still got ideas. We're going to do like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Hunger Games. We're going to do, like, these tier lists and these discussions will not stop. I got ideas. So, yeah. And of course, we can just do, like, random movie reviews. Like, I'll just be like, this is this new movie that came out and I watched. What do y'all want to say? Well, let me talk about it. But yeah, so, I mean, we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15 streams. So 15 weeks, basically, as long as I don't skip any weeks. We've still got 15 streams. So we're not going to be done with this for a while. But I have, like, my point is that I have things planned out for us to talk about. And hopefully I'll start streaming Kingdom Hearts again. I apologize that I have not been streaming Kingdom Hearts. I've literally been working nonstop nights. So I might just start streaming in the mornings if it looks like this is going to keep up. But I know everyone's at work during the day. That's why I stream at night. So, but that's when I'm at work, because I work in a restaurant. So, you know. This week I'll be teaching summer camp, so I will have nights off, but I've been really tired when I was teaching summer camp, so I may or may not stream this week. We're going to see. But I'll definitely stream Sunday again, and we'll talk about Hunchback and Hercules. For the rest of the days, we'll just kind of feel it out. It'll just kind of be a random surprise stream. I'll just plop it in the Discord and on Twitter. Just be like, hey, I'm gonna stream, so just keep an eye out for those. Yeah, I think I'm about to get off here, honestly, because I'm tired. And what did you gotta do? I work, but I can just lurk on the job. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna feel it out. I'll probably try to at least start streaming Animal Crossing in the mornings again. It's just there's been a lot going on. Those of you who know me in real life, even those who don't, some of my other friends that are on here, I've explained some of the things going on in my life lately. So, I've just had a lot going on. Some crazy stuff has happened lately. So, just trying to keep the positive energy. So yeah, I will keep you guys updated and everything, of course. Yeah, just keep an eye on my socials. Join the Discord. I'll always be here for you, friend. Thank you, Igloo. Which reminds me, I need to text you. I'm not trying to rush you. I just want to make sure it's not lost. I haven't gotten my Pokemon team yet, so I wanted to ask you about that, so I'm going to text you. But, yeah. I wanted to get out this week. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't lost in the mail, that you hadn't already sent it out, because I'm like, I've been checking the mail, and it's not there, and I just want to make sure it's not lost. So, yeah. Sorry, I keep messing with this. My friend hand wax sealed all the invitations for her wedding. I love her. She's so extra. like wax sealed. I'm trying to cover this because it's got an address on it, but like wax sealed. Yeah, it's dope as hell. So, and then like they're really pretty. I'm trying not to put any like noticeable information, but like they're really pretty. Hold on. Really pretty. So I love it. I just can't stop looking at it. But anyway, yeah, and my work schedule is supposed to change come like August, September. So we're gonna see what happens. If I have more free time to stream or what. But I will let you guys know. I'd feel special, like I'm going to 1700s, going to a fancy ball with royalty. I know. I'm the maid of honor, so I already feel really special. She sent me a gnome to ask me to be her maid of honor. And you're gonna be like a gnome, and like it makes sense. But it's this cute little gnome, and it's got a little fall leaf in its hand. It says maid of honor. I was like, yes! Of course I'll be your maid of honor. You're my best friend. So, anyway. That's where I'm at. I'm just got a lot going on, and I'm excited about this wedding because this is going to be great stuff. I'm going to be happy. The wedding's not till November, though. I'm like, I want it to be here now. I want to go to a wedding. So, anyway. I love y'all, and I'm going to hop off here, and let's see if there's anybody to raid, actually. Oh, this is going to go infinite. Oopsie. Let's see, raid. I couldn't find the button. Love you, Small. Love you, Swole. Not really anyone I feel like raiding, honestly. Oops. So, we just gonna get off here. So, anyway. Double screen, I stared into the void and it stared back. I know. There's a drag channel, which is pretty cool. Made Letty is playing some X-Men games. I mean, if you guys want, I don't know. I've kind of like stopped rating people because I feel like I usually only have like 2 viewers. So it's like I feel silly being like, hey, I rated you. Here's 2 viewers. Like it'd be different if I had like 5 or 6 at least. I don't know. But if you guys want, I can raid. Let me search it. Lady Mega Danger. I mean, if you guys just want to pop over there, you can. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a phone call from my brother. I will call him back momentarily. Anyway, yeah, I'm just not gonna raid, but you guys can pop over there and just be like, hey, what's up? But I'm gonna get off here because my brother's calling me. So, I love you guys, and I will see y'all later. And you're the best, and I love you. So, bye!